Software has two values. Uncle Bob. Oh. Having some technical difficulties over here. It's probably that. Which Tech Support said they're coming out Tuesday. I'm Chris. I'm going to be reacting to Uncle Bob, which I have been on a tear on him lately, so I'm going to continue on this. Dev Tools Made Simple. I go over their channel, give it a like and subscribe. They're awesome. I like the inner visuals they're doing and bringing these things to light every day. But he doesn't have any commentary. He's just bringing the clips, which is cool. I'll bring my commentary. How's that?
Software has two values. There's the value of what it does, and there's the value of its structure. Programmers often...
Huh? How do you... I can see value... You can give value to what it does, because you can look at the bottom line with your customers and costs and stuff like that. I mean, that's one way to value it, I guess. What are you talking about? But what are you talking about? The structure? How do you value... I like how I'm cook.
Ignore the second value. We focus on what the software has to do, and we believe that our job is to satisfy that need. Yeah. There's a set of requirements out there, and we must meet those requirements. And if we meet those requirements, we have done our job.
I mean, that's part of it, but let's keep going.
But if we do that, we've only satisfied the first value of software. There is a second value of...
I mean, that's a pretty good value. Just make it do something that people want and pay for. That meets the financial needs of everyone involved, and then some, and we can grow it, maybe not, or just have lifestyle business, or go public, or whatever, which way you want to go with it. What do you, huh? Okay, let's keep going.
Of software, and it is arguably the more valuable of the two. The second value of software is the structure of that software. And why is that a value? It's a
what does he mean, value?
Value because of what software is. Yesterday I told you that software is a compound word, that it means flexible product.
Yeah, as opposed to the hardware, which you have to go get made in Taiwan, on special equipment. We can write it and make it change. Yes, that's the whole thing, is the machine is changeable without having to do plug boards. We can write software programs and store them in the same place where they're reading the memory and writing. We can put the same place. Yes, von Neumann architecture. We are aware that we're changing stuff. Yes, okay.
Software, the very nature of software is that it must be changed. It must be.
It doesn't have to be. That's its feature, though. We can change it, and we can, instead of making a whole new machine out of a bunch of different parts. That's ridiculous. Get out of here. Where we can just write code and have it updated, as opposed to wiring everything ourselves. I mean, we could do the wire wrapping on this stuff. There's nothing to say that. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going.
Be changeable. If it is not changeable, the software has no value. If you
wait, what? It can have value without being changed. People run all kinds of old software games and stuff. You see, it's just when he talks in these obtuse, very loose language, very interpreted, allows people to like their imagination to run wild, and like he's not being very specific. What he's talking about? It's sales pitchy to me. A little bit sales pitchy. Gotta get in my conference. Gotta take my course. Gotta get my training. Get your people on my training. Week-long transformation to Uncle Bobisms.
You give me a system that works perfectly now, but I cannot change it. That software will be worthless tomorrow because
I mean, maybe. I don't know. There's some software we don't want to change, like how Bitcoin works underneath. I mean, I know they have software devs working on it, but how the core thing, how it does, maybe we don't want that to be changed. Maybe that's the value. What is he talking about, man? He knows that Bitcoin exists. It's just like these grand generalities that sound very... His rhetoric is great. My rhetoric is crap. Compared to Uncle Bob, he's got the rhetoric, and I love the code that dev tools they put in here. There's the swapping arrays. This is some sort of sorting algorithm or something. Left index, right index swap. Looks like some sort of sort. Let's keep going.
Requirements will change, and if I can't change the software, that software will become worthless instantly.
Instantly? Really, Uncle Bob? Instantly. Some of the TRS-80 level 1 basic that's in the TRS-80 Model 1 that you just boot up and turn on, and it's right there. You can just start going. Worthless? Instantly? That basic that's running in there is instantly worthless? Really, Uncle Bob? I don't know. This guy's talked a lot of shit.
So I must be able to change it. I must be able to modify it. And the cost of modifying it must be low so that I can continue to make that software do what it needs to.
Maybe it's the fact that we don't change it that gives it the value. I just went over that, dude.
Do to satisfy the customer's demands. If you give me software that does not work, but it's changeable, I can make it work.
What does that even mean? You're saying somebody's got product market fit and they've got some API that they can't get going, and they just need you to come in and fix the API? Yeah, and they already have customers lined up, and it's worth $1 million if you fix that one little API issue they can't get through. Yeah, you're on board, Uncle Bob. But the other thing that I'm talking about, where you actually do the product market fit, that's a whole different thing, buddy.
It is more important that the second value be maximized than the first. Because if the second value is maximized, if the software is flexible, I can make it work. But if you maximize the first value at the expense of the second, if you maximize the fact that it works.
How much time to hide the deals page from the non-members? I love this little conversation that DevTools has picked out with John, and DevTools made simple.
Today, at the expense of being able to
change 1 year.
Change it. Then when the requirements change, the costs will inhibit that change.
I mean, maybe it's if you've got someone smart that says, okay, we can't keep going with version 1, we have to dump this thing, which they're always so reluctant to do that. But in the end, that's always the thing they do, because they have to. It's either cut bait, make that chum in the water, and then start making mood bait to get the big shark. Let's keep going.
And if they inhibit the change too much, the software project will fail. These two values are necessary for every software developer.
Some projects, yes.
Keep in their mind at all times. It is not enough to make the software work. The software also has to be right. And the word right is an unfortunate word because it's a binary word.
Is it binary? Right is a binary word. Man, he likes to really have these weird definitions, because right is super subjective. It's not binary at all. It's a whole range of things. That's why people get grades in school, because there's a whole range of rights. This guy, I think he's been around the computer too much. Because in the computer, yes, at the very bottom, yes, it's ones and zeros. But what do ones and zeros make up? Oh, numbers have a range. What the hell? Come on, let's keep going.
I don't need the binary connotation. The software has to be well structured, but it doesn't have to be perfectly right.
What does that even mean?
It has to be good software. It has to be well thought.
What does that even? That's totally subjective stuff, man. He's just pontificating. He's just kind of rambling here a little bit. I'll ramble, but this guy's like the industry leader, and he just goes, software's gonna be good. The software's gotta be right, not all the way right. But a binary right is a yes or no, but it's not a binary. You gotta be right. You gotta be good. It's like, what are you even talking about, buddy? Okay, keep going.
Thought through. The structure has to be changeable.
Really? Wouldn't that be nice to have just the whole thing just to be changeable stuff? All the structures. We don't have to do the what is it? What is that dang law? Hold on. Conway's law. I can never remember that dang guy's name. Conway's law. It's the software is always going to match the people in the organization underneath it, or how the original guy thought about it. And you're going to have to, and it's usually going to be one way. And you may be able to, after product market fit, extract out the general areas, but the phase, you can't just skip over that. It has to be a phase where you actually fit things together enough in one person. Usually it's one person. Enough to get people on board where they can structure in a way where other people through APIs can work in teams and not work asynchronous. Because after a certain size, you're going to have to do that. And setting up those boundaries, that's the trick, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
The value of its structure has to be high.
What the hell does that even mean? Well, you're going to have to take our course. And certification. It's the Uncle Bob certification about how to structure code so you have value good. All right, I give this guy a hard time, but he kind of deserves it. Everybody worships this guy, and he's just like, come on, man. He just talks left. He activates your imagination, But all this stuff is super subjective. He's a good sales guy. His rhetoric is on point. He's got the radio voice and a cadence that has the confidence he can close the sale. All right, close the sale on me. Give me like and subscribe. Give Dev Tools Make It Simple like and subscribe. I'll talk to you later.